President Vladimir Putin said Russia had sufficient strength and resources to take the war in Ukraine to its logical conclusion, though he hoped that there would be no need to use nuclear weapons. Putin ordered thousands of Russian troops into Ukraine in February 2022, triggering Europe's biggest ground conflict since World War II and the largest confrontation between Moscow and the West since the depths of the Cold War. Hundreds of thousands of soldiers have been killed or injured, and President Donald Trump has repeatedly said he wants to end the bloodbath that his administration casts as a proxy war between the United States and Russia. In a film by state television about Putin's quarter of a century as Russia's paramount leader entitled, Russia, Kremlin, Putin, 25 years, Putin was asked by a reporter about the risk of nuclear escalation from the Ukraine war. Trump has been signaling for weeks that he is frustrated by the failure of Moscow and Kyiv to reach terms to end the war, though the Kremlin has said that the conflict is so complicated that the rapid progress Washington wants is difficult. Former President Joe Biden, Western European leaders and Ukraine cast the invasion as an imperial-style land grab and repeatedly vowed to defeat Russian forces, which control about a fifth of Ukraine. Putin in power. Putin, a former KGB lieutenant colonel who was handed the presidency on the last day of 1999 by an ailing Boris Yeltsin, is the longest-serving Kremlin leader since Joseph Stalin, who ruled for 29 years until his death in 1953. Russian dissidents, most now either in jail or abroad, see Putin as a dictator who has built a brittle system of personal rule reliant on sycophancy and corruption that is leading Russia towards decline and turmoil. Putin said that he first knelt in prayer during the 2002 Nord-Ost-Moscow theater crisis, when Chechen militants took over 900 people hostage. More than 130 hostages were killed. "I don't feel like some kind of politician," Putin said of his 25 years in power as president and prime minister. "I continue to breathe the very same air as millions of Russian citizens. It is very important. God willing that it continues.